least is almost done as far as a restoration process, if you will. Nothing's ever really done, but I digress. I do have some interesting updates. So, finally the paperwork got done. And let me tell you something, boys and girls out there in Land Cruiser land. It was a complete pain in the fourth point of contact. But I did get some really good information about this. Some copies of the original purchase sticker for the Land Cruiser. And the original price for it. Which you'll see here in a second. So this document you see right here is the it says Republic of Ecuador, Dirección Nacional de Tránsito, Comprobante de Revisado, Datos del Propietario. Basically, it's just telling you what the vehicle is, and all these stamps and original signings of people. It's pretty cool. So this vehicle was purchased in the place and date. It says lugar and fecha, Quito, diciembre 13 de. Let me see if I get the Spanish here. 1982. I hope that's correct. Chassis number, the motor number, all match up, thankfully. Even it's got its own data plate. Toyota model 1982 class Jeep. Color amarillo. Carroceria, I think that's what it's made out of, metal. What kind of engine? Gasoline. Pasajeros, 6 cylinders or cilindraje. I think that means liters, like 4.2 liter, etc. So there's that. Aprobado means, I think, A-OK or something. I don't know. So, second page. This is really interesting here. This vehicle was purchased in 1982 in Ecuador, shipped from Japan. There's this company actually exists today as a Casablanca, the actual car dealership. This vehicle was first purchased by the government here in the province of Pichincha, which encompasses Quito and a couple other smaller cities. So if you look up here, it says Casablanca Sociedad Anónima, I don't know what it is, Edificio Juan Francisco Baca, Avenida 10 de Agosto, my eyes are bad. See, 1865 y Carrión, frente al Ministerio de Relaciones Exteriores, Quito, Ecuador. My Spanish is bad. Live with it. So, a vehicle apparently entered the country 1 April of 1982, and it was I think it was bought at that time. Yeah. So, distributors de Toyota, Corolla, Corona, Crown, Hilux, and Stout. I never heard of the Stout. It's kind of weird. Land Cruiser Jeep. Form de pago says de contado la something del vehículo, and this vehicle was part of the government up in the mountainous region here for many years. I don't know exactly what it was used for, but it was used obviously nonetheless. Now, for some reason, they still call it a Jeep. Whatever. I'm not going to go too far into that. So it's Jeep Toyota Land Cruiser. Capota FJ40 LV KC motor. There's a number 2F590171. That's the chassis number. Series number FJ40. Actually, that's the engine number. The motor number, excuse me. Then the series serial number FJ40 349387. Color amarillo. Modelo 1982. Motor of 6 cylinders. 135 horsepower, 4.23 liter, or excuse me, cc's. Sistema de enfriamiento por agua. I think that means the cooling system, water, obviously. A Sistema de eléctrico, 12 volts. Embargue de caja de combos. 4 tires, I think that's what that means. No, 4 speed, excuse me. That's the transmission. Again, Spanish is not my first language. All right. 4 gears with, I think, an extra special gearbox for mountains. Transfer case, 2 velocities, and double transmission. So he's worked into a, let's see, Abrotigadores de Reforzados. I don't know what that is. 2 doors, 2 puertas de acero, metal doors. Asientos posteriores transversales. I think this means a straight seat. Usually, some Land Cruisers, they have 2 seats, for one, or for the driver, one for the passenger. They don't have like a bench seat. I think that's not what that means. It's bench seats. Capacity for 6 persons. Frenos hidráulicos a las 4 ruedas. I think that would basically brake shoes. 4-wheel brake drum brakes. Yay! 5 tires. 5 pneumaticos. 716 by 6. I don't know if that's in inches or if that's in centimeters. I think the 16-inch wheels, I think that's what that means. Not sure. Carter reforzado indicator de señales. Brake lights, I think. Turn signals. Nocates para el piso. Visara para el sol means a sun visor. Calefactor y descongelador. Radio con su respective antenna. Usual equipment. Usually some of the Land Cruisers coming off the assembly line, in the equipment they would put a Land Cruiser bag with like tools and all that. I don't have those, so hopefully I don't get a blown out tire on the way back. The price of this vehicle is 5% tax a las TM. I don't know what that is. Let's see. Quito exclusivo de todo clase de derechos y gravamenes de importación. Okay. So, over here in the corner you see Sucres. That's what they had back then. They use dollars now, but back then in 1982 they used Sucres. And they had, it was a pretty good, all right in exchange rate. So if you see right there, Sucres, 257,500 Sucres. And then plus the 5% tax. Now I'm going to show you what that price was in 1982 in dollars. We're back. So if you look at the original with the price including tax was 276,375 Sucres in 1982. Now, if you look at the price of the Sucre in 1982 from this government publication, was 37.46, give or take 0.05 to 0.1, something like that. Now, let's divide it by 37.46. 37.46 is about $7,377.86 in US dollars in 1982. And I sort of confirmed it up here. It came out to be a little more. The value of, in today's value, $7,457.96, was as close to the purchase price, was $20,000 in today's money, which is kind of cool. If you think about it, how I don't think the Land Cruiser today would be $20,000. I think it would probably be $30,000, but who knows? It is a pretty bare bones vehicle, so again, it's kind of interesting to see that how money has been inflated over the years, and to show what a Land Cruiser would cost today compared to 1982, which was only $7,000. Very, very interesting. But let's move on. And the final document here is all the administrative bullcrap and the weird stamps they put on all formal documents concerning any vehicle purchase. Even now, you have to go to a notary to have your vehicle. If you're trying to sell it or trying to buy it, you have to go through this long, arduous process. For us, for this vehicle, was a nightmare. And maybe when I leave this country here in 7-8 days, I will go over that story because it's interesting. But I'm not going to go over it now because I don't want to spoil the fun, I guess. It says Senior Administrator de Aduana, Solicitamos a usted se sirva certificar al pie de la puente, I think, que el vehículo de las características detalladas a continuación se ha retirado previo el trámite legal de pedimento. What that just means is like, okay, whatever thing you see above here is certified. It's what the vehicle is. Pedimento número 10,000 y amparado por permiso de importación. I guess it's the importation document. I don't know. Not good at Spanish. Gives you the number there. The marca, Toyota Typo Jeep model, they didn't say. Color, they don't say. The motor, numbers match up again. Chassis number matches up. This guy right here says is justified, I think. Is it adjustica or adjudicated? Whoever that guy is. Mario Coca Barriga. Especiador Amazado de Aduanas. Provincial del Pichincha. There you go. Section Vistas Afordadores says Vista la Solicitude que antecede certificado vehicle characteristics. Okay, this is another person saying everything is present is correct vehicle. Carlos Palma. I don't know if these guys are living anymore. Colectoría de Aduana certificó que el pedimento aduana número 10,000 fue pagado según, and a bunch of stamps. And you see down there, this was all done the 30 October 2020. Bueno. But interesting enough that there's a lot of times when you purchase old vehicles, you don't get documents like this. Sometimes you find it in, like, there's some muscle cars, you find the item list for the vehicle and like right behind the seat, the back seat, and the springs. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. But I'm lucky to have all this information on it. I know I have more information other than this, but I'm not going to show because it has personal information. But I knew who owned it before us. There was 3 or 4 other parties. After the government, a insurance company purchased it. Then another person purchased it, and then the person we bought it from was the last person in this country to purchase it besides us. So it's pretty interesting. We're the 5th owner. It's in relatively good shape, as you see now, because it's been painted. It's getting put back together, and hopefully by the end of this weekend, I will have it, and then within the next day or 2 after that, it gets sent away up to the United States to my hopefully home of record. But yeah, that's the story of the 1982 yellow colored, well, it doesn't look yellow, but it is. It's the bad lighting there. Charcoal gray interior, 1982 Land Cruiser that I've purchased here. And it is officially ours, complete, 100%. Formally it's ours. There is no other wacky, things tied to it. No liens, no nothing like that. It is ours, 100%, straight down the word. And we did everything by the book. And that's why it took such a long time. And it is very important when you're purchasing a vehicle overseas, you do it by the book. You don't try to do anything snide and kind of go, you do by the book. So, there it is. Now, the 78 Land Cruiser, that's a different story for a different time.